let's talk about one of the saddest movies I've seen this year, The Iron Claw. Before I get into talking about this movie, I do want to talk about that I'm a pretty big wrestling fan. I love wrestling, especially WWE. I've been watching it since like the mid 2000s going onward, and I didn't know a whole lot about the Von Erichs going into this movie. I did know that they were wrestling legends, that they kind of changed the game and how things are done, that they were this tight-knit family. And my strongest connection with the Von Erichs is actually with Lacey Von Erich when she was on TNT. But having said that, this is a really well-made movie. It is a sad movie, but it is well-directed. There are things I wish, directing-wise, they did a little bit differently, but it's really real and raw, the way that the director creates and does the scenes. I wish the wrestling was a little bit more wide so we can see some of the moves better, but I understand why he went with more close-up shots and to give this really intimate, almost home movie-like feel. But you can tell that the story was told from a place of respect and knowledge and love for not just wrestling as a whole, but the legacy that the Von Erichs left. And one of the best aspects of this film is actually its performances from the entire cast. They truly capture the emotions, the rawness of it all, the slight jealousy, but also triumphant victory between the four brothers. Zac Efron is incredible, probably gives one of his best, if not his best performance to date. He's just so understated, and you can just see the pain in his heart and in his eyes every time something tragic happens in his life or an opportunity is taken away from him. Jeremy Allen White is incredible as well. The rest of the cast is Harris Dickinson and Maura Tierney, Stanley Simmons, Holt McCallany, and then there's Lily James, who is actually like the heart of the film in a sense. She really grounds the story for Kevin Von Erich, Zac Efron's character in the film, and she in a way keeps him from meeting to those tragic ends because she was that rock solid thing that he needed in his life. This movie is also secretly about like breaking generational trauma, overcoming it, trying to do better for the future and better for your kids, and leaving a lasting legacy that is not just about your current. The soundtrack of this movie is really well done. I really like how it captures the 70s, 80s, and even some of the early 90s aspects of wrestling. And overall, this movie will kind of leave you in tears. It is a sad movie. There is a lot of tragic moments that happen in this movie, but at the same time, there are these really great triumphant moments that you can celebrate with a family. I really bought that these four brothers were real brothers, and their chemistry on screen is just so genuine. So when ultimately all the tragic stuff does happen, you feel for it even more. And there's just little moments that like kind of linger with me, and I think this is just an incredibly well made and told story that just goes above and beyond and just shows you like what family is meant to be, how they're supposed to be, and then just breaking those curses and things that kind of baggage that holds you down. Overall, I think this is one of the best movies of the year. It's definitely worth watching for this amazing cast, and then the incredible story. It's not going to leave you all happy and mushy at the end. It is going to kind of leave you crying, and that's okay. Sometimes you need a good cry, and this movie is well worth the watch.